Welcome to Fast Cars, Fast Girls with Abby and Molly.
All right, it is the INDYCAR Grand Prix race report. We got that first May race in, and oh my God.
Oh my gosh. Say to me one more time that this race is boring.
Say to me we don't have passing.
Say it to my face.
I will throat punch you.
I double dog dare you.
I will be at the track all weekend, okay? Find me and say it.
Say it to my face.
Good God, Gertie. It was a very, very, lively weekend, really.
It was a fantastic weekend. Very, very lively. Very exciting, actually.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah.
I mean, practice was practice. It's a road course practice. Everybody kind of stayed sane during practices.
Nobody really got too wild.
No, I mean, Power was first for the first one. Unsurprising.
Yep.
Spencer was second. But, it's really not, that's not surprising for the Ed Carpenter cars in May. It's May, this is the track.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
it's not that surprising. So yeah, we were like, okay, yeah, everything's kind of seemed, to be shaping up how you would expect.
Exactly. And then qualifications happened.
And
Oh my God.
Yeah. I mean, let's talk about who didn't get into the Fast Six.
Nearly everybody. I mean, all of the Andretti Autosport cars did not advance past round one.
Yeah, not a single one of them.
It was interesting, though, because everybody apparently in Andretti Autosport, there was some grip issues. I guess Ryan Hunter-Reay had food poisoning.
No kidding.
Yeah, so that probably I'm going to say that didn't help.
Oh, no, food poisoning's awful. I have legitimately had that.
Yeah,
before.
that's never fun. And then I guess Rossi's team changed the setup right before quals. They're like, let's try this setup. And it was like, well, that didn't work out for you guys.
That didn't age well.
No, spoiler alert, was not a great weekend for that team.
Ooh, yeah, because Rossi started 17th, Hunter-Reay started 16th, Veach was 20th, and Andretti was 23rd out of 24.
Yeah, the only person who started behind Andretti was Tony Kanaan.
Tony Kanaan, which, what a bad qualifying for him, too.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, 80th Foot just did not qualify well in general. Yeah, because, certain 22nd was Max Chilton, and then 21st was Laced.
Mm-hmm. And the only Penske to make it to the Fast Six was Will Power.
Yeah.
It was sweet. You mean, the Fast Six before let's see, Ed Jones was in it. That was exciting. Jack Harvey, exciting. Colton made it into the Fast Six. So did the two
Chip Ganassi cars.
And Will.
Rosenquist and Dixon. And Will, yeah. That was it.
When they showed who was coming to the Firestone Fast Six, we all were like, all right, this is going to be interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, it was. It was a very interesting qualifying.
It was a very interesting qualifying. It was good.
Yeah.
And we started talking about how, we thought if it rained that Rosenquist might run away with it.
Yeah.
And then, and I thought, the only driver that might give him a run for his money would have been, Wickens, because, Wickens does really well in the rain. And then we started talking about Ericsson, and we thought Ericsson would do really well. And and then our buddy the Kurt told us that he had heard that Matheus Laced just loves to run in the rain. And so he thought that we shouldn't count him out. And we thought, okay, we're here for this.
I mean,
not a piece of information I had before, and I thought, I mean, I'm here for it. Yeah, let's see what he can do. And damn.
Yeah, I mean, So it started. I was just going back to the poll. Rosenquist did get the poll.
He did get the poll.
It was very exciting.
Yes, especially for you.
Yes, because somebody won a side bet again. What's the rule in May?
You won 2 side bets.
Don't get in a side bet with me.
No, you win side bets all month long. You do quite well.
This is when I start making some money. I'm like, oh, cool. Then I'm going to get some food with this money.
Right. This is your Black Friday.
It really is, people.
the first time we pulled that bank account out of the red.
Yep, just about. So no, it was great. There was just something magical about this qualifying session. Like, people would start to cross the line, and they'd be like, "There's one more car to cross the line." It was like the silence just fell over the whole track
Because all of the powerhouses seem to be in the back of the field, and you're like, oh crap, they're going to kick out somebody big.
They're like, oh no, because it was like Will Power was the last person to cross for the Firestone Fast Six. They're like, but wait, Will Power still has to cross, and we were all like, oh no, he's starting sixth.
Yeah, like he amazingly, he didn't move anybody else around. Like he
just crossed.
He was the slowest of the Fast Six.
Yeah.
Unreal.
It was very unreal. And Harvey started third. I mean, oh my goodness.
Oh, we were so excited about that.
Man, jazzed.
I mean, that team has just got to be loving their lives today.
So elated.
I mean, they started third and finished third.
Well deserved for that team.
Oh, and they ran a great race. I mean, I don't think that anybody was expecting them to bring it that hard, and
they did.
They did.
They really did.
Yeah, I'm excited for Meyer-Shank Racing and for Jack.
Yeah, and this was a great way for them to start May.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, he's done so much in the off season.
Gosh, yes.
To condition and all that. I mean, he's worked really, really hard, and I think that it showed this weekend.
It really did. And one of his big things he had always talked about was, obviously they want to win races, but he really wanted to kind of get that first good qualifying race in, and he did that. And by the way, he podiumed. So yeah, that's a great boost for this team.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it wasn't just, okay, he qualified well and then he couldn't hold on to it. No, he held on to it and held off some powerhouse full-time drivers.
Yeah.
I will not be surprised at all to see Jack Harvey do a full-time season with Meyer-Shank next year.
Yeah, I really feel like that's going to happen. Maybe there's some sponsorships they got to find, but other than that, there shouldn't be anything standing in the way of that at this point.
Yeah, because he just,
blew it away. It was great.
Blew it away. It's fantastic.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess it's time to switch over to the race.
All right. So the race was wild.
Oh my God.
We never even sat down.
In a wet race, we never sat down. We were on our feet.
We never sat down. We were on our feet the entire time, the entire 85 laps.
Yeah.
And we had a chair, so don't think, oh, you didn't sit because you were on the mounds and you didn't want to sit on the grass or whatnot. No. We had a chair.
We had a whole setup. We could have sat down.
We had a chair, blanket, the whole thing. Yeah. We even had a contingency plan if it had started raining super hard. No, we never moved. We never sat. We just stood there in awe for all 85 laps.
Oh my gosh! Yes, all of them.
Oh, all of them. So it starts out right away with Dixon immediately trying to push his teammate out of first.
Yeah.
Which ain't mad at him.
No.
Rosenquist though, having none of it.
None at all. But we did
having none of it initially.
No.
But Dixon eventually got him.
Yeah. There was some yeah. Sorry, keep going.
Oh, no, you're fine. Go ahead.
I was just saying, and then we also had contact in the back of the pack too.
There was.
Yeah, so that first start, everybody made it through turn one, but oof.
But they didn't necessarily make it through that whole area.
Yeah, the turn one complex.
It was technically they all made it through the first turn, but that yeah.
Yeah. Because that's when that's basically when Rossi's race ended. He continued on, but he and I think Award and him kind of got.
Oh no, actually. It was not Award, sadly.
He got the penalty for avoidable contact, lap 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You know what? Okay, it was him. You know what? That's right. They thought it was Veach initially.
Yeah, it was. No, Award got the light contact, and it messed up in front of Rossi, and so he had to pit. It was a whole thing.
Yeah, he got the drive-through. That's right. Yeah, initially they thought it was Veach because we were like, what in the hell is going on with Zach Veach?
Right. We're like, gosh darn it.
Like, come on.
I know.
I feel like Veach has the yips.
I think you're right.
Like, somebody send that kid to a sports psychologist, because something, I mean, it's like he's a different person from last year.
It's not uncommon. A lot of these drivers have actually done that. Like, you know.
I mean, there's no shame in that. I mean,
No.
I'm very pro having good mental health. Like,
yeah, it's a great idea, especially
yeah,
if it's.
I'm not saying that in a negative way
No,
whatsoever.
of course not. No. Absolutely.
But yeah, just because there's something's off. He's not driving as well as he did last year.
I don't know. It's weird. Very weird.
But yeah, no. So that just screwed up Rossi's entire day.
Yeah, he was. I mean, the race was over for him at that point.
I mean, and because that was his. I mean, that screwed him, because he started 17th.
Yeah.
And so he could have made it through the field, I'm sure, but not when you end up 4 laps behind and, you know, a very lengthy pit stop to fix your rear toe.
Yeah, that's gonna mess up some stuff for you. It's gonna.
Yeah.
End it.
So no, that ended his day.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
He still drove the rest of the race, because points are points, but
right, because you know.
But that was. I'll tell you what, that had to be probably the most boring drive for Rossi, because he wasn't driving for, like, you know, position or anything. He was just driving to finish the race. You know, he just was, like, hating his life.
I know. I've been like, can I put on a podcast?
Not that one with those 2 girls, though.
No, not us. No. I think we're banned from.
Yeah, he's like, no, that blonde is way too extra. I'm already friends with Hench.
I can't handle anybody else like that.
No.
Which
the brunette seems fine.
We didn't say this, but they were both in the truck. You know, they do the driver introductions and they do a lap around the track.
Yeah.
Hinch and Rossi were in their, like, lap truck together.
Oh, that's funny.
I was like, oh, hey, there they both are.
Aw. Oh my gosh, tell them about your experience.
Oh my
with
god.
big announcements.
It was, and only because this driver gave us heartburn during the race again. So, you know, I'm like, well, let me answer the call of nature prior to the start of the race, because it's 85 laps and it's wet. I'm going to want to handle business now. During driver introduction, so in the portalet, they are like, Graham or Rahal, somebody like 3 portalets down, in the porta-john yells, boo! And it just echoes throughout the porta-johns. And I was like, really, dude? You're obviously in there taking a shit. Okay.
I mean, I'm here for that level of petty, though.
He must really hate Graham.
I feel like he does.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like the year that what year would it have been? I don't know, 01 or 02, when I sat with the band for the 500.
Oh, the guy with Tony Stewart?
Yeah, the guy who hated Tony Stewart, who flipped in the bird every single lap. I was like, I mean, I'm here for that level of commitment.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of laps.
I don't necessarily agree with your feelings, but that level of commitment to your cause, live your life, man. You're living your best life.
I mean, there's a level of respect at that point.
There is. Boo.
God damn, man, we're all in the bathroom here.
I mean, I enjoy a good boo every now and then.
It's kind of one of the funniest reactions, honestly.
It is. And I enjoy it more, not when it's, you know, a huge group of people that boo somebody. I enjoy it more when it's just like the 1 or 2 people that are like, boo, out of everybody else. Like, everybody else, maybe they're just like politely, like maybe they just don't care, but there's 2 people who are like, no, I'm not having it.
They're like, I'm going to let you hear my opinion, and I do not like this individual. I will boo them.
Yes, and yeah, I love that. It's one of my favorite things.
So, yes, that definitely happened.
Oh, yeah, that was great.
Speaking of Graham Rahal.
Speaking of Graham Rahal.
I mean, I just need him to stop. We talk about this for ad nauseum, but he complains ad nauseum.
Honest to God, is he the IndyCar account at IndyCar Complainer? Because
I'm thinking he might be.
He might be. I'm just kidding. I love that account.
Yeah. No.
That account's actually very funny. Whereas Graham Rahal, just annoying.
Just
like,
annoying.
Did his mom not have a no whining rule? Because I'll tell you what, my parents didn't put up with that shit.
No, I kind of want to be like, where's his mom? I need to talk to her.
Yeah. I mean, you know, Courtney doesn't put up with that. Like, come on.
Like, thank you. Thank you. Those force women wouldn't put up with that.
No.
No, so yeah.
He's bitching about the rain. This is a bunch of crap. This is like Barber. They should red flag it. Whoa.
It was never Barber level.
I'm like, okay, let's be clear. Here's how you know it wasn't Barber level. First off, we had on cheap-ass 10-cent plastic ponchos, and we're perfectly dry underneath.
Yes.
Okay? I have full-on rain gear that would survive a monsoon. If it was raining that hard, I would already have bitched on this podcast about how I'm sad I didn't bring it. Okay?
Right.
Everybody knows that I hate to be uncomfortable. So, no, it was not raining that hard. Secondly, I smoked cigarettes the entire time and had no issue keeping them lit. So, no, Graham, it did not deserve a red flag.
No.
Granted, those are anecdotal evidence, but I'm just saying. It holds water.
I believe that our new determination on whether a break should be red flag for weather is if you can smoke cigarette without a problem or not.
I mean,
I think that's our term. Like, if you have a problem lighting a cigarette, you have to red flag the race.
Yeah, because I did have problems smoking in Daytona.
Yeah.
I was not able to stand outside of cover and smoke cigarettes at Daytona.
And it deserved
a red flag, yes.
So I think this is our standard. I don't know about INDYCAR officially, but this is our standard.
I mean, I'll tell you what, that may not be what they base it off of, but it's true every time.
I think it works for me.
Yep, it does for me too.
Oh, Lord. Oh.
By the way, I'm drinking a PBR today.
Nice. My mom, my sister, and I killed 2 bottles of the Oliver Moscatos that we tried. So.
Ooh, yeah, those are so good.
We killed those already.
So it's been a good Mother's Day is what you're saying.
It really has, yeah. Basically just drinking and eating cheese, so, you know.
Nice. Very nice. But yeah, Graham, just stop.
Stop it.
Stop. You're better than this. Have some respect for yourself.
Thank you.
Yeah, he started 7th. He still finished top 10. He finished 9th.
Finished top 10, yeah. Calm down. Okay.
I don't know what you have to complain about. I mean, you started and finished exactly where you should have based on your skill level.
I'm just saying.
Actually, maybe even a little higher on both accounts.
I'm knockoff skill level points for complaining.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's my rule.
And honest to God, by the end of this month, I'm going to take your man card if you don't knock it off.
Exactly. I will have a moment.
It's causing my ears to bleed. I'm going to have to email Race Electronics and find out how I block one specific channel on the scanner.
Just one.
Is that an option?
Is it?
I can block numbers on my phone. Can I block Graham Rahal because I just don't want to hear it anymore?
I would be excited to find that out.
I'll pay extra for that feature.
I love it. Love it.
Okay, so Matt Laced finished 4th, by the way.
Yes.
Yeah, so started 21st, finished 4th.
I mean, fantastic drive for the kid.
Oh.
I could not be. I'm so happy. We give AJ Foyt Racing a lot of shit, but that was fantastic.
We do, and honestly, we do give them a lot of shit, but we both really actually want to see their team do very well because they got the AJ Foyt name. We want to see that be a powerhouse team.
Exactly.
And the Kurt called this one.
He did.
I mean, it was a hell of a race for them.
Yes, it really was.
It was, and we enjoyed their radio. They were talking back and forth, and we could hear, his radio and Kanan's, and the teams were talking to each other.
Yeah.
About, because it was kind of like a group decision. Everybody put on tires at the same time, and it was, back and forth. Okay, the fourth put on rain tires. Okay, come on in. We're going to put on rain tires.
Mm-hmm.
And it did really well for them.
Yeah, and Laced held off. I mean, it wasn't an easy pass when Simon was working his way up. Laced wasn't easy, but Laced he also didn't hold him up and do a stupid mistake. And that speaks highly of him as a driver. And that happened 1 or 2 races ago. I think it was Barber, the same thing. He put up a good battle, but didn't make stupid rookie mistakes. He's not a rookie anymore, but he still is young, that he didn't make
Yeah, it's his sophomore year.
Yeah, that's a great thing as a driver.
It really is. I mean, it definitely speaks volumes as to Matt Lay's skill, because when we heard this little tidbit, I'm like, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Right, I wouldn't have said that.
I mean, I just thought it never crossed my mind. And I think it really showed his skill level and experience in the rain, just put him into the zone.
Exactly. Yes.
I think that if more of our races were in the rain, that Matt Lace would be the rookie that everybody was talking about.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Like that was like watching, I mean, it was like he just completely came out of his shell. Like I've not seen him. I mean, I've seen him, have some good runs and have some good things, but that entire race was and I'm going to say this about Simon as well, but I mean, very much a precision race.
Exactly. No, that's 100%.
And the thing is, he was able to hold Simon off, for a little bit, not super long, but like you said, he didn't make any mistakes because again, he has that comfort and that skill and that experience with the rain, and he knows where his limits are and he knows where he can push it, and very, very impressed by him after this race this weekend.
No, I think precision is a fantastic word to use because in a race where the track isn't fully wet, not fully dry, especially towards the end, you could put a tire out wrong, and he didn't, and that's fantastic.
Absolutely, because unlike our tires that we have that go all over everything, no matter what, wet, dry, etc. Everybody's like, oh well, it's a little bit wet. Why do they put on rain tires? Well, it has to be wet for the rain tire, because the treads are softer rubber, and so if you take them out when it's too dry, then it eats all the treads off, and then you're basically left with slicks. And then if you get a slick spot, you hydroplane and you're done because you have no tread.
Exactly.
And so it's this very delicate balance and so, the race was really tricky because it kind of drizzled for a while before it really rained. So, there were a lot of people's races that got messed up by not putting them on soon enough, or, by not being able to, by having to pit for other reasons, a couple laps before it really started to rain hard.
Yeah.
So, it was, you can get out, get squirrely with those tires.
And that's why, so I watched I watched the laps again when I came over today with my parents, and you can watch Simon dip lower down into wetter parts of the track on the straightaways and come back up. And Mom said, why in the world is he doing that? And we're like, oh no, he needs to keep moisture on those tires to keep them cool so they don't shred on him, basically.
Yeah.
But it was beautiful to watch.
Oh.
I mean,
I would love to watch, I don't know who I need to talk to about this, but whoever has the aerial stream.
Oh, the aerial is great.
I want to just watch the entire race from the aerial view.
Yes, that would be something really cool that NBC Gold can do.
That would be something great they could do. Maybe we can get Eric to ask them that since he's their spokesperson.
I mean, if you think about it, that'd be kind of fun. Like, you could choose a camera angle. I mean, I don't know how these things work on a full TV production, so somebody's like, no, that's not possible. Okay, cool, but still, it'd be nice if it was.
I mean,
I don't know. Maybe.
It should be possible. I mean, because when it's live, they just switch back and forth. I mean, in a control room, somebody's seeing all of the views at the same time in real time. So it can be done.
I don't know what's built up into maintaining that for rewatching.
Oh, well.
That's kind of what I'm thinking. Yeah.
I think just hitting the record button.
Well, I know. I think somebody would need to hit the record button.
Yeah. But yeah, I want to just watch again, especially because, Simon's in that bright yellow. You can just see him.
Oh, yeah.
Cut through.
It was cool.
But yeah, a lot of people had a really great race in the rain.
Oh, yes. Very much so.
Spencer Piggott.
Yeah.
Came in 5th after starting 12th.
But, I mean, Ed Carpenter's cars finished 5th and 6th.
Yeah. Ed started 5th, finished 6th. I mean, just awesome.
Yeah.
Great week for them, which, while we're talking about Ed Carpenter Racing.
Yep.
We got to do something super cool this weekend.
Oh, my gosh. Maybe one of my most favorite moments so far.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. So, we want to give an official, we tweeted out, but an official, over the airways, thank you to Bree, Ed Carpenter Racing.
The yellow shirts.
The yellow shirts, especially Bill.
Yep.
And then, all the pain to her.
Yeah.
For introducing us. For let's hang out with all you guys. We could meet Alex and get to get to, create a really special experience for him with a garage tour and spending some time with Ed Carpenter. So
it was amazing. It was so much fun.
Yeah, that was one of the coolest things we've ever done, I think.
Yes. So definitely thanks. Because, it was a race weekend and they carved out time for him. And that just goes to show how much this series, I think, understands the importance of these younger fans. And especially, I think Ed Carpenter Racing really does it well, too, for the younger. They all do, but
yeah,
that's one of the teams that consistently is doing great for the younger kiddos.
They really are. They really are. I mean, but like you said, a lot. Yeah. I mean, all of them do.
Don't get me wrong. There's not a bad person out there.
No, but yeah, especially, Ed Carpenter is a dad, he's got 3 kids, and so he gets it. He gets the dad thing, and, Bria tweeted out that she remembers when, somebody did that for her and when it was her favorite driver, and, it's like we all have had that moment, and we laughed, we just, kind of smiled talking about it later saying, this is something that cost nobody anything.
Not really, yeah.
Yeah, it didn't cost anything, and it created a really cool memory for a friend of ours kids. So,
yeah. And then he got to see Al Unser too, little Al.
Right? Yeah, he got to meet Al Unser Jr. as well. That was the best. I'm like, do you know how that is? And his dad yells, "That's Al!" And I was like, I wasn't talking to you.
That's
Eric.
Al. That's little Al. Yeah, we know. The adults know who that is.
I know you know.
That was actually hysterical to me.
Oh yeah, that was great. But yeah, Ed Carpenter Racing, yeah, great weekend for them.
Oh yeah, absolutely, a fantastic weekend.
And also, I just want to say, we interviewed 3 drivers last week.
Yep.
2 of the 3 made it in the Fast 6, and also finished in the top 6. So, just saying.
Actually, all 3 that we interviewed finished in the top 10.
Heck yeah, they did.
So, I'm excited about that too. Yeah. So if you're a driver and you're listening to us, first of all,
probably come on the show.
Yeah. Why aren't you on our show? Second of all, we've got good luck. So send your girls a DM or I don't know, whatever the drivers do. Have your people contact our people. How about that?
Right.
Fun fact: we are those people.
We are. We don't have people.
We don't have people. It's us. It's fine.
It's us.
It happens.
We might respond to your email while we're on the toilet, but we will respond.
I believe we call that a Ricardo Juncos move.
Yeah, I was it respect the hustle?
Respect the hustle.
Hashtag respect the hustle.
Oh, God. We'll tell you that story in person.
Yeah. Well, Rosenquist, surprisingly, barely made it into the top 10. He finished 8th, and
after he's caught on fire 3 different times.
Yeah, what in the hell? It's a good thing that Beach has a new nickname because we've got a new Fireball.
Yeah.
It's not even the 500. God, I hope he's across from our stands. I hope he qualifies better than that, but if he doesn't, I hope he's right across from section 26 of the paddock.
Because Fireball Felix is fantastic.
Oh.
It's an alliteration, and you know that I love alliteration almost more than anything else in my life.
Yeah, rhymes.
Yeah.
Alliteration, rhymes, and puns, right, yeah.
Yeah, right here for me. But no, caught on fire at one point, because Veach's fire, this one seemed a little bit more wild than Veach's fire.
Veach's fire at least stayed on the car.
Yeah.
And was the only thing that needed to be put out. Felix's entire pit stall was on fire.
Right, the pit, the ground. I was like, I don't know what's happening.
They're spraying the ground. I was like, what is happening in this pit right now? What in the actual hell? And wasn't it Scott who had that stupid long pit stop?
No, that was Elio. That was Castroneves who had the 11-second pit stop.
God.
Yeah.
Roger is being
fuming. The broom is out.
Oh, yeah, the broom's coming back.
Mm-hmm. It's happening. But no.
Yeah, they all had a meeting last night, and that was, memo, broomstick. Yeah.
Just ask Doug the Fueler.
Yeah. Oh.
And what was really weird about Felix's fire is because we were on the turn 1 mound, he would, come past off of pit lane, and there was still fire.
Yeah, because once it got a little wet, they couldn't get up to speed. So before they could put on the rain tires, they all were bitching about the fact they were sliding all over the place because the tires were too cold. Because they couldn't get fast enough to get them up to temp.
Yeah.
And now normally, it is not abnormal for the cars to leave the pit stall with some fire, and usually the speeds just put it out. But he couldn't get fast enough for it to put it out. So normally that straightaway would have been enough. By the time he got to, road course turn 1 where we were standing, he wouldn't have been on fire, but he couldn't go that fast. And so, like, every time we're like, he's still on fire.
There's no fire.
We can still see the fire as he's going through that chicane. We're like, he's still on fire. Like, what is happening?
Yes, exactly. Like, I'm done.
Good God.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And just like the pit crews, like, they just looked a little frazzled.
Yeah.
Like, that's the other thing is that, Veach's crew, they were doing some things, but, it wasn't until that one where the other pit stall
just threw the Rubbermaid container of water.
Yeah. Like, that was the only one where it was like, okay, people are really concerned this time. But it seemed like every time with Felix was like that. It was just like ants running around.
Exactly.
And, like, nobody understood why it kept happening. And I'm like, okay, somebody has to have a clue.
Right? What is happening here?
Oh, yeah. Like, in the medical world, yeah, like when you're doing a code and things go to shit, it's like, okay, check your H's and T's, and it's a, whole acronym thing. But, okay, there's got to be, like, an algorithm or a mnemonic device that you guys have to, like, solve. Why are we catching on fire? Like,
it should be basically just be fire.
Yeah,
is it the
whatever
fuel?
your version is, yeah, check your H's and T's. I don't know what it is for you, but that's what it is in my world. Like, somebody needs to be in charge of that.
Fuel. Is it the fuel? Is it the intake? Is it the rubber? Is it the engine? There you go.
Is it the nozzle? Like,
right. Fire. There. I figured it out for you.
But yeah, I thought that he would do better.
Yeah, I think the 3 times catching on fire kind of doesn't bode well.
I mean, it's definitely not helping.
It's not. No.
Yeah, Will Powers started 6th, finished 7th.
Not. I mean, overall, not horrible for him, but
But, like, damn.
But yeah, wonder the Penske's. Most of them got a talking to.
Here's the thing. The only way to ensure that Simon didn't have to attend the ass-chewing meeting that assuredly happened right after the race and continued well into the night was for him to win the race.
That's actually why he won the race. He was okay with 2nd, but when he heard about what was going on, he's like, oh no, I have to win this. I don't want to be a part of this.
I promised Haley we would spend time with her mom tomorrow. And she will kill me. Mm-hmm. I'm scared of Roger, but she will kill me.
I am more afraid of Haley than I am of Roger.
Yeah.
I get it.
We have plans. She's got the dog.
Yeah, I gotta win this now. All right.
No, but yeah, Will just couldn't.
He couldn't just put it together.
No. I mean, he lost a spot.
Yeah.
When was the last time that really happened?
I can't remember.
I mean, except for oftentimes when he starts on the pole, he hasn't won as many times as he started on the pole. But other than that, when he starts just, kind of randomly back, he doesn't typically lose spots.
Yeah, he typically makes them up.
Yeah, that's not really his MO.
No.
Very interesting.
Yeah, and then, of course, as we said, Elio had that 11-second pit stop.
He finished 21st
mm-hmm.
out of 24. He only started 15th, though, which is very odd because he actually didn't look bad in practice at all.
No, and he had some speed at quals, but he got bumped.
He did.
Yeah.
I mean, he just not fast enough.
Not fast enough. I think that was said about him.
You know what? By that point, Dave Glabro had already rapid-fired, 17 on the bubbles, so
yeah, it was
a little hazy for me.
Yeah, well, yeah. And then he had to restart at the back of the field.
Yep, he sure did.
And I didn't catch this, but somebody said he actually jumped the initial start.
I did hear that. I didn't catch it either.
I didn't catch it, so I mean, I can't speak to it, but I've seen it on the internet, so
Interesting.
The internet is a buzz.
That's true. Yeah. Well, get it together, Elio.
Yeah.
You better not be playing fast and loose like it's amateur hour. It's 500. Okay.
Yeah. You got a 4th to win. That's right. I said it.
Yeah, you're better than this.
Yeah.
Or you will get put out to pasture like Juan. You've seen what happens.
You know that's the threat that happens every time. Roger's just like, oh.
Do you want to go to Sports Cars with Juan?
He goes, huh, where's Juan? Oh, Elliot, do you know where Juan is? He's not here. Then he just leaves.
Right.
Where's Juan? And then, speaking of the last Penske, Joseph Newgarden.
Damn, Joseph Newgarden.
First of all, causing us heartache because we saw the damn tire and both of us just started yelling because we didn't know who it was.
We thought it was from Simon.
Yes.
Because I'll tell you this. Let's see. What lap was that? So 68.
Yeah, somewhere around probably 67. Yeah.
Yeah. So the reason that we both lost our shit is that on lap 65 is when we looked at each other and we both said, Simon's. I was like,
yep, this is happening.
This is happening. Simon's going to win this fucking race.
Yeah.
Simon's going to win this race. And we turned to Kurt, who was so giddy about Matt Lace. And I was like, no. I'm really sorry to say it. I said, but my boy's about to knock Matty off the podium. Mm-hmm. And I said, but don't feel bad because he's coming for everyone.
He's not just coming for that third.
He's not stopping at third. Mm-hmm. So lap 65, we are like, this is it. This is happening. And then we see that tire and we're like, oh my God, if he has to do a drive through, his race is done.
Yeah.
I am distraught to say the least.
And then they showed the replay from above and I was like, it was Newgarden's tire.
And it's raining. I've got my hood up. I've got the headphones over the hood because the hood isn't big enough to go over the headphones. It was blah. So anyhow, so I can't really hear it. So Molly's like trying to get my attention because I'm like, just, whatever. And she was like, it was Joe's.
It was his tire. Just yelling it.
Right. And I was like, yes, it wasn't Simon.
The poor people on the mounds next to us. I really feel like we gave a great entertainment value to the turn one mound.
I hope somebody took video of us not even realizing who we are and was like, we were next to these crazy people.
They were just yelling about everything.
Although amazingly, we ended up being next to a Pagenaud fan.
I know. That was really great.
That was actually pretty perfect.
Yeah.
Joe New lost a tire, and Simon almost hit it as he was exiting out, which that would have been even shittier.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We still would have lost our shit then.
Teammate on teammate violence. That's it. Roger's 100% bringing the broom back.
Mm-hmm. He's just going to walk down pit lane. He's going to be Anna Full Firestone, just whacking different crew members next race. Oh, for the 500. Ah. Oh, God.
Yeah. I still even have him engraved.
Yes.
He's a classy guy.
It's going to be nice.
They're going to be engraved at Penske, and then...
It's going to be chrome colored. Let's
be real.
Yes. It can be on brand, don't worry.
And he will sell sponsorship spots on it. He'll wrap it for the right price.
He's looking at you, Wonder Mop.
Right. Broom handle sponsored by Swiffer.
Yes. Oh, God, that'd be great.
See, that's the kind of... I really love, a good on-the-nose or tongue-in-cheek advertisement.
Yeah. I'd be here for that.
Yeah. Anyhow.
Yeah.
Oh, but yeah, Joey knew, what in the actual... So, yeah, he had to restart at the back of the field from that.
Yeah, and at lap 67, 68, out of 85, that's...
pretty much killed his race.
That's going to be tough.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Although, he started 13th. He also didn't make it into round 2.
Yeah.
Finished 15th.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. We didn't talk about first person to get out, which lap 11.
Yeah.
Contact.
Yep.
For Marcus Ericsson in turn 14.
God, he just spun.
He spun. He lost it.
Yep.
That was it. That was the end of their day.
Oh.
For a little bit, we thought it might end up being a good thing for Hinch, because he ended up being able to utilize Ericsson's spotters.
Yeah, so the Aero team was like, that's cool. We'll just use their shit.
Yeah, they were like, hey, heads up, you're going to hear so-and-so on the radio now that Marcus isn't driving anymore.
I'm not mad at that strategy. That's smart.
I mean, right? Like, you've already paid the spotter for their services.
Yeah.
So, like, you might as well have them keep providing services.
I'm
here for that.
That spotter's like, yes, I get to come in. And they're like, hey, we're going to need you to flip to this channel. You're going to be spotting for the other car. Damn it.
Right. As he's in line getting a Bloody Mary.
I'm like, ah.
Making a water.
Damn it.
I have to go back up.
Can you make me a coffee? It's cold up there.
Right. But yeah, I hate to see that.
Yeah.
Because I was really excited to see how he was going to do in the rain, because I thought Ericsson was going to do pretty good in the rain too.
Yeah, we both, like, Felix Rosenquist and Ericsson were like, okay, kind of excited to see how these guys handle wet. Like, I think it's going to be good. And then when we heard about Matt Lace, we're like, cool, let's go.
And I mean, Matt Lace
did fine.
Knocked our socks off.
Matt Lace was great. The other two just couldn't put it to... Well, Rosenquist, they both had some weird issues.
Yeah. So, hate to see that. Herta also out.
And he popped Ryan, who just was, like, suicidal, I think, almost at that point.
Oh, my gosh. So, yeah, that was... so Ryan and Herta had contact in turn 1. Yeah. And that ended Colton's day, unfortunately. Yeah. I feel bad for their team when that happens. Yeah. And then Ryan got hit by Hinch.
Yes, that's right. It was Hinch who hit him, Herta popped him, but then it was...
Herta popped him, and then he had a secondary hit by Hinch.
God, and he at that point was like, I'm just going to go home.
He was basically suicidal. Hinch got a drive-through for that, for avoidable contact, but yeah, I wrote it down. Yeah. So Ryan came over the radio. Why does this always have to happen to us?
Oh, Ryan.
It just gets fucking old.
I love it. They're like, well, he's going to serve a penalty. And he's like, it doesn't matter.
Who gives a shit?
It doesn't matter.
Yeah. They just said, he'll get a penalty for that. Who gives a shit? Mm-hmm. Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't help us.
Doesn't help us now. Like, why does it always have to be us?
Like, poor Ryan just became like the sad puppy dog in the Sarah McLachlan video at that moment.
Dude, I was like, bro, I'm so sorry, because he had the engine issues last May.
Yes.
Ugh.
Yeah, he had engine issues. And he just
had issues at, St. Pete.
St. Pete, I think. Not Barber, but another race.
Yeah, there was another one. So yeah, he's got weird
the Haint.
Yeah.
The Haint is now on Ryan Hunter-Reay's car.
Yeah, he's always had just kind of wonky luck here and there.
I know, but I think the Connor Haint is now on Ryan's car.
Oh, it's possible.
It's the Andretti Autosport Haint, I guess. Although it wasn't on Connor's car, but maybe, but yeah, whatever. It's now over on Andretti Autosport lurking.
It is lurking. You stay the hell away from Connor.
You've already messed with him. Not in May, buddy.
We're not having it.
No.
But yeah, no, he was so shitty.
Oh my God.
He was so pissed. I've never heard him say the F word more times.
No. You're like, oh my God, Ryan.
I was like, wait, we're still on 28 channel?
What? Ryan's cursing like this?
Double checked the radio, and I was like, that would be me. Yeah. So yeah, he started 16th, so he didn't make it into round 2 either on quals.
No, none of Andretti Autosports did.
No, finished 17th.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, goodness.
So let's see. Let's fill out the rest of the middle. So we had Ferrucci in the top 10.
He was good, although he had some grip issues early on with that car.
He did, and that was my funniest quote on the radio.
Yes.
Was we missed the first part. Luckily, we got to hear all of his response. I'm sure the question was,
how's the car?
Or it was, is the understeer bad? Is what I imagine the question was, because the answer was, fuck yeah, the understeer's bad.
Oh my God.
I don't have any grip.
It was it wasn't fantastic, but it was fantastic as a response in general.
It was just the most raw, honest, fuck yeah, the
understeer's bad. Of course, dude. What do you think?
Does a bear shit in the woods?
Exactly.
It's especially after we just talked to him on Thursday, like, got to know his personality a little bit better. I'm like, oh, that's 100%. That's just raw. That's Santino right there.
There it is.
But I was very impressed on my rewatch with his driving, as well, because he did not mind the rain. He didn't back down. Actually, Bourdais bumped him a little bit.
Yeah, they got into it with each other. Little teammate on teammate hip check.
Yeah, he bumped a little bit with Will Power too at one point.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, a lot of good hard racing.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that if we have some more road courses in the rain, the Santino is going to be popping up in the top 5.
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't.
Yeah. He held his own very well.
Yes.
I'm happy to see that he's doing good things this season.
I am too. I really am.
Yeah. And then, he started 14th, so he gained 4 spots.
Yeah.
Bourdais started 10th, finished 11th, right behind his teammate.
Yep. And then we had the 2 Andretti's. Zach Veach started 20th, finished 12th. Marco started 23rd and finished 13th. I mean, I think
both of them, that's a hell of a race for both of them.
Yeah.
The unfortunate thing is that they started so far back that it didn't get them to the top 10.
Yeah. That's really half of the problem.
But hell of a drive for both of them to make up that many spots.
Yeah. It's not bad. It's really not bad. Kind of starting into the bigger part of May with, all right, you were able to climb through this. Let's keep this in mind.
Right? Like, maybe let's not shit the bed next quals, but now we know how to pass, so...
Let's do this.
Okay, let's let that be our contingency plan, though.
Mm-hmm.
Let's not make that part 1, okay? That's plan B.
Yeah. Plan A, qualify well.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Let's see, 14th, Takuma Sato.
Yeah.
How, oh my gosh, we were next to fans who also find Sato to be as dangerous on the road as we do.
Because at one point somebody turned and he was like, how is Sato not taking people out yet? And we were like, I know, right?
Yeah, and I just lost it. I was like, thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
He goes, it's going to happen. I just hope he only takes out his own car when he does it.
Oh, that was great.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that. So thank you, people next to us, for making us chuckle.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he lost some spots, lost 3 spots, finished 14th.
Yeah.
All
right, I think we jump up to our top 3.
All right, so
Jack Harvey. Oh my God. We said it at the top of the show, but what a weekend for this team.
Oh my gosh, just a banner weekend all around. Just all around. They practiced well, they qualified well, they raced hard, and they got a podium. Their best all-time IndyCar finish.
Yeah, and good on him. Good on him.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I couldn't be more excited for him. I love that team.
Yeah.
We should have texted Dave, because Dave has all their merch.
Oh, that's right.
He was probably losing it.
That's right, because he really loves that team.
Oh yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. I'm sure he was losing his shit.
Oh, good.
Yeah, no. So I couldn't be happier about him being on the podium. Actually, I love everybody on the podium.
Yeah, we were talking. I think you and I were like, we're moving up to the second position. Obviously, Scott Dixon. Dixon being on the podium is great, but there was a part of everybody that was like, if it was like not Dixon on the podium, but like Simon, Jack, and Laced, that would have been really cool. But
hell yeah,
Dixon does Dixon things, and
started. Yeah, and he ran a good race.
He really did.
He led the most number of laps, but as Dave Clapper would say, not fast enough.
He had a couple of in those last few races, the last few laps. He kind of cracked a little bit under the pressure because he got a little loose.
He did, and he had some issues in practice with near the end of a stint.
Yeah,
he's losing grip because his tires were falling off too much.
Yeah,
and he pitted 4 laps before Pagenaud did for the last pit stop, so he didn't have as much rubber.
Yep.
There were a couple just silly mistakes.
And That's what got him
Well,
second.
and not to mention that Pagenaud was gaining a second and a half on him
my.
every, even when Scott drove perfectly and using push to pass to defend, Simon was gaining a second and a half every lap.
Because Simon had him in the corners and the turns of that race. And there are two short, like there's the main straightaway and that back straight, but that course is mostly turns. And he had the speed in those turns.
Oh, he had the speed in the turns. You know what? He had the speed in the turns and he had the stones in the braking zones. Okay.
Yes. He outbraked everybody.
Oh, I loved his tweet that was "break you very, very much."
Yes.
About his win. Yes. I mean, it was unreal. So, I mean, we were in the best spot for it. Now, he took Scott back in the back chicane.
Yeah.
Which when I rewatched it, they came over and said, you know, one of his strategist was telling him, you know, hey, Scott sucks in the back chicane.
They kept saying everybody saying that was Moyer, but I think the guy who came over,
Mike Ford.
Right? Thank you. As soon as it was like, Dixon really sucks, and like the back chicane, I was like, God damn it, it's 40.
Yeah, I'm like, I know that voice.
Yes, that's
they're like,
not
oh
Moyer.
yeah, so he's saying, I'm like, that's cute. No, that's 40.
That's 40. Thank you. I thought the exact same thing.
Superstar. I'm like, no, that's 40.
That's 40. Yeah.
Simon had him in the turns. He had him in the braking zones. Oh, and it was. I mean, and we got to witness because most of the passes he did were in turn 1.
Yeah, and that wonderful braking zone.
And that's right where we were sitting. And the amazing part is that we just watched him come in, and he would do it. And that's why we just called it, because we were like, oh shit. It's like we just saw him just get into the zone.
Yeah.
Just everything, like, it was like he was racing in slow motion.
Yes. Oh, that's exactly it. You could just see it all line up, and then he just does it.
Yeah, and he would do it over 3 or 4 laps, and I actually laughed and said, it reminds me of in scuba diving when you see an eel, like, it comes out 3 times. The first one's a warning. The second time is it, like, getting some water, like sucking in some water and figuring out where it's going to hit you, and the third time's a strike.
Yep.
And so with Lace and Harvey, he did it in 3, and I was like, he's an eel right now, because the first time he'd follow them and see where their line was, and the second time he'd slide out and see. Can he do that
peek?
Can he peek around, and where are they braking, and where do I have to brake before I'm not on the track anymore? And then the third time, he would see the car, the first one, and they would brake, and then Simon would just scream in next to them at full speed, and then slam on the brakes, and gone
in that last moment, and it was beautiful. He did a fade even on Harvey down the straightaway in the wet. I was like, are you kidding me? He's fading drivers in the rain. I'm here for that.
And like I said about Lace, but precision.
Yeah.
I mean, that's,
it was a clinic.
Do that move. Oh, he was. And we hate when people say that because they overuse it. No, he was putting on a fucking
clinic. Yes.
This was a clinic on how you race in the rain.
Exactly.
This was a clinic on,
Yeah.
That is one of the most impressive drives I've ever seen.
Oh, 100%. 100%. I would watch this race daily, especially like the last 20 laps.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this was a hell of a way to start off race cars in May.
Oh, my God.
Oh, but and he did it with Harvey, or he did it with Lace first, and then Harvey.
And then he got...
And the best part is he used up his last push to pass on Harvey.
Yeah.
And he knew that. He used up that last bit when he did his final approach on Harvey. And then he started coming for Scott. 6 laps to go.
And it was
Scott had 33 seconds of push to pass at that point in time.
Oh, yeah. It didn't help you, Scott. It didn't help you.
Did not. He didn't have the grip. He didn't have the control. And what I enjoyed the most is that, Simon's not super talkative on the radio. Of all the Penske's, I think he's the most talkative. Although not this race, man.
No.
Joey New was on the radio the entire race, which that should have given us an idea of how poorly his race was going.
That's true.
Like they never talk that much. But yeah, Simon, I'm probably more than 20 laps. Probably, I'd say, before we realized it was a done deal, he was just silent.
Yeah. It was unreal. Like,
he was just in the zone. He actually, did you see his little post-race interview?
Yes.
Where he said, we were just so fast, I thought everybody else was on a fuel strategy.
Yeah.
I mean, and the thing is, he said it so genuinely that I don't even think he meant it to be a burn.
I know, but it's a really great burn.
It's a fantastic burn, but I was like, damn, somebody get the other team some aloe.
Y'all just got burned.
I was like, what's going on? Is everyone on a fuel strategy? We're just so fast. Oh, God. Yeah. I mean, yeah, just putting on a clinic. And and he was like, oh, well, okay, well, I'm not going to take Scott here, but it's cool. I'll get you on the back.
I'll get you on the backside, Scotty D. No worries. Watch this. Shazam.
Don't worry. I'm still coming for you. I mean, and like you said with the nubbin on the cars, you know, they look like sharks.
They look like little tiny sharks now.
Yeah. He was an apex predator stalking his prey.
And at one point, he was the most dangerous apex predator on the planet.
On the planet.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, I want so badly for somebody to put a theme to Jaws over, like, just clips of him sneaking up behind and passing people. Like, I want the clips of him passing with the Jaws theme playing over top.
Dear Internet, please make this happen for us, because we can't do it.
Somebody do this for us.
I'm going to be real clear. We can't. We don't have the skills.
Well, yeah. We can retweet it, but we shouldn't make things that have copyrighted music. But, you know, if other people did, we would retweet it.
That's fine. We'll retweet it. Don't worry. Oh, what was still great, like, even after he passed Dixon, they were still silent on that radio, and all you heard was, like, you know, he's 2 behind, 4 behind, 7 behind, and I was like, damn.
Yeah, because he didn't just take out enough to win.
No, he did not.
He passed Dixon, and then
kept going.
Still, just took off.
Yeah.
Like, if that race had been another 5 laps, people would have called the end boring because he would have been so far ahead of everybody else. Okay?
Yep, that's true. That's true.
That's how fast that car was. If this was a 90-lap race, he still would have won, but everybody would have called it boring because the last 5 laps would have just been Simon catching up to the back of the field.
He's pulling a Mario about to lap the field.
Yeah, exactly. Which, sidebar, Mario Andretti blew the engine in his 2-seater this weekend.
Yeah, nobody's really surprised about that, though.
No, when we heard it, I said, I'm not surprised. He drives the shit out of that thing.
Right? Okay. Sounds about right for him.
Good for you, Mario.
Yeah, we're here for that.
You know, living your best life.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then as soon as he won,
just screaming.
Oh, I love that.
Fantastic. Yeah. It was fantastic.
Oh, he's screaming. We're screaming.
Everybody around us is screaming at this point because as soon as he passed Dixon, the mound erupted.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, and it's his 3rd time winning.
Mm-hmm.
He won in 2014, which that was his very first IndyCar race that he ever won.
That's
exciting. It was 2014 IndyCar Grand Prix, and then he won in 2016 when he won the championship, and now 2019.
So he's 1/2, and Will has 1/2.
Yeah, Roger Penske has never lost an IndyCar Grand Prix.
No, because the first time Simon won.
That's right. No, he wasn't with Penske.
Yeah, he was with Schmidt. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Man.
So almost every time.
You could say that Roger's current drivers have never lost. No, I don't know. There's probably a way you can phrase it. I'm not going to phrase it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does. Yeah. So. But oh my gosh, I mean, just a hell of a race. I mean,
yeah.
even if it wasn't Simon, I would have been super excited because, I mean, that was a great drive. But I'm so much more excited because it is him. And like, I think that right there just shows his skill level. Exactly.
And it's what we had been talking about. He needed to just put something out there, and he just did. You know?
He did.
He was like, all right, fine. You all forgot. Here you go.
In case you forgot, I'm amazing.
I still know what I'm doing.
Yeah. It was just unreal. I mean, I mean, the downforce he must have from his huge big brass balls to wait till the last minute and slam on the brakes in the rain.
In the rain.
Just, I mean, when I say like he was screaming in next to the other cars when he was passing, I mean, like if it was a cartoon, there would be smoke behind him.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
I'm talking screaming.
Yes.
Okay. I am. And yeah, I think they said he was going 140 on the main straightaway in the rain.
Yeah. You know.
Like, yeah. Like, good God.
Yeah. It was unreal. It was a great race. Great race. Great weekend. Great way to kick off the month of May.
It really was.
Yeah.
It really was. We got to see a lot of our racing friends.
Mm-hmm.
So we had a little bit of the Payne tour we got to see.
Yep.
Of course, all our locals.
Yeah. Can't forget
Doug, Mr. Tom, Dave.
Jim and Rayanne.
Jim and Rayanne, of course.
My mom came to her first INDYCAR event.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
It was a chilly weekend.
It was.
Which is odd because we had beautiful weather midweek, and then it was like 58 to 62 both days.
I know, and we say this now, and in 2 weeks, we're gonna be like, it was the hottest day ever, and I hate my life.
Yeah. In 2 weeks, I'll be like, well, my Crocs melted on the grid, and that caused the full course yellow.
Yeah, I was we caused a red flag because our shoes melted.
Yeah. What driver was it that was bitching about driving in the marbles?
Oh, gosh. Who was it? I can't remember now.
There was a safety vehicle that wasn't on the side of the track they should have been on, in the driver's opinion, which probably not since there were marbles. Anyhow, the driver came over and bitched, and they were like, with the where he is, we all have to drive in the marbles.
I think it might have been Bourdais, actually.
I think it was.
I don't want to swear to it, but I'm pretty sure it's Bourdais.
Well, whoever it was, whoever came back, they were like, yeah, we'll talk to him.
Yeah.
Nobody knows what the fuck he's doing.
But I guess it turns out there was something on that high line, because when they got to our area, they all jumped out of the car and picked up shit.
Yeah, there really was something up there, so.
Who knows?
Yeah, but I did enjoy that, so random thought.
That's okay.
But yeah, we got to see a lot of our friends. Yeah, your mom came, but yeah, the weather was very interesting.
Yep.
We'll
see what it's like next weekend for quals.
Right? I mean, it's Indiana, so you just never know. I will say, can we talk about how awesome it was that even though it was rainy, I would say probably 90% of the people stayed and watched the race. I mean,
easily, yeah, because it was a good race.
The mounds were still packed.
Yeah, people did not leave.
I mean, the stands, there was not a mass exodus when it started raining. There were a few people that left here and there. There's people with kids that relocated and things. But, I mean, if that's not a testament to how great the race was, people stayed in the rain and know it was not warm.
Yeah, and wind. Like, it wasn't just rain. There was wind.
Yeah. If you recall, we left the Rolex before they officially called it because it was cold and wet.
Yes.
And that was a race that we had a lot invested to stay the entire time, and we left.
Yeah, we did not leave this one.
We did not. We stood on our feet the entire time.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
What a way to start the month of May.
Exactly. Absolutely fantastic.
Just great. And we made some new friends, too, who are going to join us for quals.
Next weekend. So, next weekend is quals. It's going to be an exciting weekend again.
It will be. Ooh, and I meant to look up her name, not remember, but the woman who sang the national anthem is from Indiana and was on The Voice, I think you said?
Yeah, I think that's the NBC show.
Gosh, yeah, The Voice. She was fantastic. She did an excellent job. Yeah, and then we had an awesome flyover. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, U.S. Air Force. Like I said, we spent our weekend around a couple of Air Force members. So.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, good stuff. So quals next weekend, new format.
New format. Saturday, they set 10 through 30. And then Sunday, we've got the Fast 9 and the race to last place. 31 to 33. You only got one shot on Sunday. You can take as many as time allows on Saturday.
Yep.
That's it. That's kind of quals in a nutshell.
Pretty much. We'll see what they do if we do the 2-line thing, or if there's any additional rules. We will, of course, update you on our social media.
I hadn't looked, so yeah.
Yep. So, but if you don't follow us on social media, you should. Obviously, you're listening to us. So you can check out our website, www.fastcarsfastgirls.com. You actually can listen from there, or sign up and subscribe, or show your friends and family how to subscribe. You can also find our social media. We're on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter.
There you go. It's going to be good. This is the month to follow us on social media.
It really is. It's our hometown. It's our favorite race.
We got stuff going on, popping
It's
off.
our favorite month. Yeah,
right.
We got lots of good things happening.
Yeah.
So stay posted.
I think that's the best way to say it.
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
let's
wave.
See.
Yep, let's wave the white flag.
Because you've got early shift.
What? Unless I've got what?
Because you got early shift tomorrow.
Yeah, I do.
Yep.
All right, let's do for the white flag.
Okay.
Favorite thing of this past weekend,
Ooh.
and what you're most excited about for next weekend.
I mean, I really think my favorite thing this weekend is watching those last 10 laps when Simon was making all the passes.
Yeah.
Because all last year we kept hearing there weren't passes. There's not passes. Y'all see what just happened? We had passes. From last year,
right.
I had been yelling about that, and I would, again, invite everybody to shut up. Okay? Shut it. Okay, how about your most favorite thing about this past weekend?
Yeah, the passing during the race was stellar. I also think that my favorite part of the weekend was the side bet on who was going to win the pole. And as the last 10 seconds are counting down, Molly leans to me and says quietly, "You know I'm not going to be a good winner about this."
I think people don't realize that I am a horrible winner.
They do now.
I'm a very gracious loser. Like, if I lose, that's fine. I don't throw a fit. But if I win, it's horrible.
Oh, yeah. You're an asshole about it.
I am. I get it.
And I just laughed because I was like, yes, I'm here for this.
Yeah.
I was like, I'll take it. I mean, because I'm a horrible winner, too.
Yeah.
Let's be real.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. No judgment.
No.
And I was like, oh, I'm excited. I'm excited for whatever little happy dance is going to happen.
Oh, it happened.
It happened.
There's a lot of happenings.
Some suggestions.
Yes.
A lot of people were invited to do.
Yes, because it's May, and don't do a side bet with me.
Yeah. I think that was one of my favorite moments. Oh, that or sneaking in the campgrounds after hours.
Well, that's true.
That was pretty good. I've not ever parked my car under Tower Terrace before, but I can check that off the bucket list now.
There you go.
So yeah, that was a good thing.
One step closer to driving it on the track.
Exactly. And having our creds revoked.
Yeah. Just your cred. Because if you don't think I see somebody come, I'm going to dip out of that car.
She's like, listen, the S can come off of this logo real easy. Fast cars, fast girl.
One of us needs credentials. Dip. The car's in your name.
Well, I mean, obviously you have to dip. I can't represent you. You're the attorney.
Well, that's true. Somebody's got to make the argument.
And I've accepted. I'm always the fall guy. It's fine.
It's all right. We'll make sure I'll take care of you.
I know you will.
Yeah.
I know you will.
All right. So as far as this weekend.
I'm really excited. And so to everybody listening, I hope that you have a drink because I'm going to say it. I want Simon to sweep May.
There you go.
And I mean, he qualified second last year.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, they had shit dialed in last year. They have a huge confidence bump from this weekend.
Yeah.
And I think he's going to be really fast. And yeah, I will be very surprised if he doesn't make it into the Fast 9.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm excited for that. I'm also very excited for the shootout for the back three. I'm excited to see how that goes.
I think I'm interested to see how that goes. As far as the excitement, the Fast 9 shootout is actually one of my favorite things in the month of May.
Yeah, it's very fun.
That speed show that happens is far and above adrenaline junkie for me. So that's
completely agree.
Yeah. So I think that's the thing I'm most excited about. I am interested to see how this new qualifying stuff happens.
Yeah.
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 So we will.
Me too.
we shall see next weekend.
We shall see. We are hoping to have a fun interview on Sunday of qualifications. So actually, by the time this drops, we may have already advertised it. So
fingers crossed.
Yep, fingers crossed. But yeah, we're gonna be doing some other fun things for you this month. So
yeah, so keep an eye on those social media channels.
You know it. All right. Well, I guess we should wave the checkered on this.
I think we should. All right.
All right. Have a great week. Say hi if you see us at the track.
Thanks for listening.